My name is Jane Mowat Martin. During the war, there were practice air raids in the night. You'd wake up 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and it's pitch dark, and sirens would be going off just as they would be in a war zone, and searchlights moving across the sky. And this was just in case there was an invasion that we had to be practiced. So every street had an air raid warden. And our air raid warden was Mr. Gibson, who lived at 35 Chicora. He was a lawyer. And it was his job when the sirens went off, no matter what time it was, to walk up one side of the street and down the other. And if anybody showed light in their window, he had to go and knock on the door and tell them to turn the lights out. Everything had to be in blackness. So it was very exciting for a child of 2 when the war started. So I would be about 8 when the war ended. So during those years, there were many air raid practices. And it was always very exciting. So Mr. Gibson only found one light on the street, generally. And it was the house of the Kyles. Mrs. Kyle was a Cockney from England, and she had a job, a day job, but she was evidently an entertainer as well. She could sing. And when she came home, some days she would change her clothes and get ready to go up to Camp Borden, where the soldiers were being trained, and she'd entertain for the weekend. And so that was why the light was on. Mrs. Kyle was home changing her clothes, so Mr. Gibson had to go knock on the door and say, "Turn that light off." I remember the little rationing books that we were given. Butter was rationed, sugar, bacon. I don't know what else, I don't remember. But I remember my mother sending me over to the little Loblaws store on Avenue Road, south of Davenport, and telling me, with the ration card, to get a ½ a pound of bacon and to tell the butcher that it must be very lean. I thought, imagine expecting a child of 7 or 8 to tell the butcher whatever. And and everybody tried to grow a victory garden. You grew your own vegetables in the backyard. Anyway, that was one memory.